I can smell it. Oh, the original cut. There it absolutely is. I might like it better than the 2020 version. Those ones like it. And I had to have it. What's going on, shoe fanatics? Listen, man, clap it up for me because I was a good boy this month and actually did what I said I was going to do to a certain extent. Now, it wasn't by choice though. So what I said was in my last copper drop video for the month of August, I said I was mostly going to sleep on stuff. The only thing I was going to go after was those Jordan 1 Tokyos, those Jordan 1 Satin Snakes, the Jordan 1, I guess they're calling them the Zen Green, and I was going to sleep on the rest. And I tried to go after all three of those, and I failed spectacularly at getting at those. So what I ended up doing was actually only copping those. They're down here somewhere. I only ended up copping those Bel Air 5s, which, you know, if you haven't seen that review, go and check that guy out. Now, I did that in all preparation because for me, September is going to be one of the craziest months. I thought June was pretty decent. June, July was pretty decent. But for me, man, September is going to be something I was going to have to heavy. It's a long time coming. I'm waiting on this. So, you know, without further ado, man, let's get into my September 2020 copper drop. And so here we go. I'm pulling out my trusty little notes guide here, and man, you know, check these pictures out as I go, and sleep if you want to, but you know, these things are gonna be crazy, man. But let's get right into it. All right, so first off, again, these dates are always tentative to change. Things have been crazy for like the last 6 months. There's no telling what's gonna come out, when it's gonna come out, but so far, stick with me. All right, so September 4th is the girls Retro 8 black and pink thing. You know what I mean? Again, it's a cool little shoe. Something if you have you know, adolescent girl or whatever, or if you're a small foot guy, like I always say, and you know, this floats your boat. That's his black and pink thing. I'm not quite sure what the name of that guy is, but it's a Jordan 8. It's black and pink. You know, not much else you can say about it. So I'm gonna gloss over that guy because it's not on my radar. Just in case you know, it's a drop for me. Even if it was a men's size, it's a drop. So let's keep it pushing. Now, the Jordan 1, also September 4th, Jordan 1 Biohack. When I saw this guy at first, you know, I was asleep. I thought that the materials were like a leather or something, and that what Jordan Brand was just doing was just mishmashing and putting colors that didn't really go together, just dumping them on the shoe because they had become so accustomed to Jordan fanatics buying every Jordan 1 that come out. They thought they could get away with just putting any old thing out. But, you know, I couldn't be further from the truth. And, you know, I made a mistake. And this is hopefully something that's going to be a little bit easier for me to get. But this is an instant cop if I'm able to get that. So that's the Biohack. The materials on it are like more of a suede material mixed in with some other materials, I think. It's got a tongue on it that's like cut similar to like a Union or to like, what's the other guy? A Union or I don't know. It's just a dope off-white, like Union or off-white. It's got a lot of those kind of vibes to it. It's actually patterned, I believe, after an SB Dunk High Tokyo, I think. But that's the Biohack. You know what I mean? I'm kind of underselling the description of it, but to me, it's a fire shoe. The materials look dope on it. I'm telling you, if you want it, you're gonna have to work hard to get it, I think. But that's September 4th for a price of $170. I'm going after it. That's not even a question. All right, so join me in our quest, our endeavor to pick up that Jordan 1, man. So let's get right to it. Next one. Now, Jordan 7. Now I don't quite know the exact name of it, but I'm gonna call it right now the Jordan 7 China. And this is a multicolored Jordan 7. I don't know the history of it. I don't know what brought the inspiration behind it. Suffice it to say, I did a couple of reviews on the only few Jordan 7s that I have. And I looked around, I'm like, you know, where's all the Jordan 7 releases? You know what I mean? We're 2 years off, I believe, from having the 30th anniversary. So I'm assuming that the Jordan 7 is going to be coming back in full force starting next year. But right now, there's been like a drought of Jordan 7s. I think we had that terrible ass Hair 2.0. And we had like the women's joint, the shiny patent leather black one. But other than that, I think the 7s have been pretty, you know, in the toilet, man. So this is, not to mention, since I want the shoe, the colorway looks crazy, and it's been a drought of 7s. Now, I can't predict what the market's going to look like. I took the temperature just by reading little comments here and there. People are seeming like they want to sleep, but I wouldn't be too sure about that. Everything's been selling out. There's a video about that coming out. But if you want that, be on your due diligence, be on your toes, get ready to cop that. I'm going after it for sure. That's a cop for J Shoe Fanatic. All right. So I think also same month of this September is the AJ1 Air Jordan 1 High Crater. Now that's the joint that's like, this is trash. I believe it's made out of recyclable materials, which is a great concept. That's good on Nike and Jordan brand for, being conscious about using materials for that. But it looks like a dark colored shoe. And I'm not quite sure what the material actually feels like or what it's supposed to simulate. I'm not sure what you take recycled materials and make that into. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it feels like suede, feels like leather, like nubuck. It could feel like canvas, mesh. It could be like anything. So, it's a Zoom High. Zoom was also in that, again, that Zen green, that racer blue, and that oil slick looking color. I can't remember the name of it. That came out earlier in the year. So I think it's the 4th Zoom High that's coming out. I'm passing on that hardcore. I'm just being honest. I'm passing on that. So you guys can have it. That's a Jordan 1 Crater. This is trash. It's trash for me, right in the trash can. So moving on. Now I believe on the 12th, it's another one, the 12th, the Apple Green Jordan 5, aka the Oregon Ducks. This is another one of those poor man's joints. But I caution you, all right, sleep if you want. Clearly, I don't have any, player exclusives in my library, or I call it my library, whatever you want to call it. And player exclusives, man, they go for thousands and thousands of dollars. I did an explanation about what a player exclusive is in my Ray Allen video. That's going to be coming out soon. You can check that out. But basically, it's shoes that are given to a player that no one else has, as opposed to GR releases that you see back here. Now, this is what Jordan Brand has given us in lieu of a PE. They've taken a few little details, like taking the Oregon Duck off. They took off the O that's on the tongue, I believe. And they gave us a shoe that's very similar to the Michigan 5 that dropped last year, I think it was. Now, there's something about this one that makes it look much better to me than the Michigan one. Not to mention, I'm pretty sure, or at least slightly positive, that the material on it is very close to that purple alternate grape Jordan 5, which material on it is really good, it's really premium feeling. The only thing that people have a gripe with that shoe about is the back patch, which I'm not too upset about it. You know what I mean? I'll deal with it. And if someone wants to get really adventurous, go ahead, cut that thing off and let me know, let the rest of us know what's on the bottom or the back side of it. I'd be really curious. But that's another one. All right, so right now I'm Biohack, I'm with the China 7, and I'm with this Apple Green, aka Oregon 5. All right. Then shortly after that, on the 15th, I'm telling you, this is a crazy month. All right. Initially, I was going to sleep on this guy, but I decided to go full force because I think official images came out and the materials look a little bit better than I thought. I think the color blocking is a little bit different than I thought, and it looks like a fire shoe, man. And that one is the Air Jordan 4 Paris Saint-Germain Air Jordan 4 PSG. Now, I really love the Jordan 6 PSG. Hopefully you guys saw that video I did. Go back and check that one out if you haven't. And in that video, I talked about how this shoe was coming out, and I was a little bit hesitant. You know what I mean? I thought this was slightly worse than the Jordan 5 PSG, which I thought was just a little bit worse than the Jordan 6 PSG. But, it's starting to make a believer out of me. Again, a lot of times, and shout out to the homie Z Sneakerhead. I don't know him personally, obviously, but I think he has some kind of inside track with Nike, and he sees official colorways before they come out. So what he does is takes a mock-up and puts them out about what he thinks they could look like, just to give us some kind of idea so we can start, making preparations to cop or drop a shoe. And this one, the initial projections or initial, mock-up wasn't really my cup of tea. It looked just like a Bordeaux and white shoe. But I think the official images came out, again, credit Z Sneakerhead, and the materials look good on it. The color blocking looks good on it. The execution looks really dope, and I gotta have it. And I think that's either $225 or $250, but that's another high dollar cop, man. So that's the Jordan 4, PSG, which again, I mentioned in my Jordan 6 PSG. I'm gonna try to, go ahead, get the collection complete. So might as well start with the most expensive one and go from there. All right, so after that, on the 19th, another one, the Jordan 14 white blue. I think it's a Jordan 14 Royal. And I don't have a whole lot of 14s. I know 14s are hit or miss with some people because some 14s have a smooth side on the actual upper of it. Then there's some that's like has lines in it with some bumps, raised bumps and lines like the last shot 14s. And then there's some that has those raised bumps with perforations in it, with perforated holes in it. And I think this one does have those perforated holes in it. You can take the picture, take a look at the picture and take a judge for yourself. For a lot of people, this shoe is just a standard 14, like a candy cane 14 that came out last year, but just in blue. And that's the truth. That's the case. But I have very little 14s. I only have 3 pairs, and I just like the color blocking of it. So for me, it's another must cop. You know what I mean? So I don't know the market on that. I think that one was a little bit hit or miss too, but definitely more hit than it was a miss. I saw some people say again, it's just a plain or run-of-the-mill 14. I don't have to have it, but for me, it's a must cop. It's a must cop. So, take heed and be aware of what your situation is looking like, depending on how you're feeling these images coming up. Now, here's one I initially was gonna go after. I'm sleeping though. All right, you guys know I already told you my favorite silhouette is the Jordan 6, but it's not because this is a women's exclusive, because after all, the Lately May was a women's exclusive, and I would love to have that. But the color blocking of it so far, to me, just doesn't move me. Doesn't do a whole lot. I don't know the name of it. It's just the Jordan 6 women's exclusive, black and gray. You guys see the picture. You can make a judgment for yourself. I think it has a cool little hang tag on it, and the color blocking puts you in kind of in the mind frame of a Jordan 6 PSG. It puts you in the color blocking, the mind of a color blocking for the 6 PSG. It's an okay shoe. I'm gonna let the women have this one. Women's exclusives have been crazy for this past year. They've been killing it. So ladies, have at it. But for me, I'm passing on it. Don't have to have it. So that's what I'm gonna let go of. Then what's after that? Oh, the Retro 13 Lucky Green. So I'm also sleeping on that. It doesn't really make sense to, because it's a different colorway than I have. I don't have a whole lot of green shoes, but I don't have to have it. This one is kind of modeled after the Ray Allen PE. Again, Jordan Brand's starting to dole out GRs that are disguising themselves as PEs. I think I said that right. And it's cool, man. You know what I mean? It somewhat devalues the PE, which I'm not particularly mad at, because it gives regular folk, Joe Blow, the opportunity to get something that may have once been out of their price range. It may dip a little bit. You know what I mean? This knockoff PE may flood the market so much that the authentic and actual PE comes down a little bit. I'm not mad at it. You know what I mean? I'm never going to find myself going after a $4,000 PE or something like that. But for those who was willing to pay $2,500 and it's worth $3,000, if it dips there, got yourself a little bit of a bargain. So I'm all for Jordan Brand giving us these pseudo PEs. I'm never going to call it a poor man's anything. It's just is what it is. So that's that shoe. Hope you guys like it, but I'm good on that. Lastly, okay, so this actually, I'm not sure this is the correct date anymore, but I know you struck out on the Jordan 4 Union. Just don't even lie to me and say you hit it. You didn't. Nobody I know did. Apparently there was a whole bunch of W's, man. It wasn't for Jay Shoe Fanatic, but the Jordan 4, I believe, came out on this past Saturday at Union's website, and now Nike and Sneakers app is going to give a worldwide release on the Sneakers app, as well as Union's going to give a bigger release too at their store in LA, and I guess on their website or something. It's supposed to be a big release. It's your second chance at another L. Don't miss your second chance at another L. All right, so enjoy that one, that hot L you're about to take. But that shoe, I think, is supposed to be coming out at the end of the month. All right, so if you want that shoe, be advised that it's going to be, again, tough to get. People make a big deal about bots and how they eat up stuff. The release I saw on the Union website was one of the most fair and balanced way to cop a manual shoe that I have seen since I got into the game a year. So I don't know if it's going to be the same situation again, but just be diligent, and that shoe could be yours, man. That's the Jordan 4 Union. I think the guava and the black joint both coming out again. Sneakers app, they've been serving hot L's all year in 2020. So I don't expect this to be any different. Let's see. Lastly, now I'm not sure if I can confirm this shoe. There may be a Mocha 10. There's a brown 10 with like black and red hits. It don't move me. 10s are kind of on my want list anyway. I did consider getting a double nickel 10 for my grail hunting. And that's just because I'm trying to have one of every OG silhouette. And I don't have any OG 10s right now. You might have a part of the city pack, which is the Orlando's, but it's not something that I would consider like an OG. Maybe it is. I'll talk about that during the 10 review. But yeah, that's about it for what I can tell. Yeah, I think that's it, man. That's it for the month of August. So listen, do me a favor, write it down in the comments below. What do you plan on copping? What do you think about me spending probably $1,000 this month? You know what I mean? I told you guys, I'm like you. You know what I mean? I don't have unlimited budget, but I've been saving for this month. And listen, also true, I'm not gonna get all these shoes. Like, it's a far better chance I'm gonna take a lot of L's trying to cop. Would it be great if I was to be able to get my hands on them? I would love it. I'm gonna try to, but the actuality is I'm probably gonna strike out. So as much money as I think I'm gonna spend, I'm probably not even gonna have a chance to. And none of these shoes are resale worthy to me. I mean, well, none of them are resale worthy. None. So as much as I like the Biohack, it's not gonna happen. But I appreciate you guys for sticking with me. Follow me on Instagram. That's J Shoe Fanatic. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, comment, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Again, let me know what you're going after. Put it down in the comments because I want to know what the market is looking like. I want to check the temperature of fellow sneakerheads. So I appreciate you guys. Take it easy, and I'm out of here, man. Peace out.